Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's video, which is going to be illustrating some bookmarks, which I will talk more about in just a second. But what you're looking at here are some of my sketches initially for the idea. And I thought that it might be just fun to throw my camera on and chat with you guys while I'm working on a few of these. I'm showing you 3 different designs, but I actually ended up only illustrating or fully rendering 2 of the 3. The one that I ended up passing on was the little coffee cup design. I just couldn't decide what colors I kind of wanted to move forward with. Like, do I put slime in the coffee cup? Do I put actual coffee in there? And then having finished the other 2 designs, I realized that I kind of like what I did with those more, and I like the way that they looked. Because the general thought of this, by the way, let me backtrack a little bit here, is that one of my manufacturers that I used to get prints made, and I've gotten bookmarks printed for them previously. In fact, that's the little creepy librarian bookmark that I have that I ordered like literally 1,000 of. So that's why they're in my shop. They're also like freebies. I throw them in with orders sometimes, or they're in my Book of Bun zine too. Like if you buy that zine, you get a free bookmark. Anywho, I got like 1,000 of them. That same manufacturer now does die cut bookmarks, which like once I saw that, I was like, oh, this could be really interesting. And it got just my brain sort of stirring about how might I design some different sort of bookmarks that would be really cool if they were die cut. So they're not just plain rectangular, it's not going to be just like a rectangle put in your book. It's going to be cut to the shape. So knowing that, I thought, let me kind of stick with one of my motifs that I like to do a lot, which is cracking things open, having sort of things spilling out of something or revealing the insides of something. And I'm coming off of also having finished illustrating my little Ouija goat, which you might have seen a little snippet of that. I posted a short of it here on YouTube. There's also a reel of it on my Instagram of kind of just working on that. It's actually the full video of it is up on Patreon as part of my sketchbook club. But I was coming off of finishing that illustration, and then I rolled into this. And I think that was another kind of starting place, or at least source of inspiration, of wanting to kind of continue the same motif of having things kind of cracked open and showing their insides. It's just something that I explore a lot in my drawings and in my illustration work. So it made sense that it would kind of carry on here. The other thing, knowing that it was going to end up as a die cut bookmark, is that I wanted it to be really playful in a sense that the regular or normal part of the object would be kind of sticking out of your book, and then you go to open your book and you've got like the insides quite literally peeking out in the middle of the bookmark, which I thought would be really funny. So that's kind of what inspired these 3 designs. Again, you'll see me do primarily 2. The banana was an automatic go-to. That's something that I've done previously in other like sticker designs. I love drawing bananas. It's just a really fun thing to illustrate and layer with colors. So having a guts banana was kind of a no-brainer and something that I already love to do. The second one was just kind of playing with the idea of just a really simple pencil and what would the inside of a pencil look like. I thought about doing guts as well, but then decided, let me do something a little bit different and put, instead of like lead, it would be maybe bones inside of it. So that is what you're seeing here is bones inside of a very classic number 2 pencil looking shape there. So I started with the pencil first because it seemed like the easiest one to do. I knew that what colors I was going to use was all just kind of very traditional, basic number 2 pencil sort of thing. You've got the pink eraser, you've got the yellow body, and then just kind of coming in and making it look a little more ragged with kind of some staining of watercolor. Most of the staining is done in watercolor, but for the most part, a lot of these are done in gouache because I've been really hot on gouache lately. You're going to see me do a lot more of that in some upcoming studio vlog sketchbook stuff. I've been really hot on gouache, using both my Holbein gouache as well as my Shinhan hybrid gouache. I've fallen down a huge rabbit hole with that, and I'm dying to get my paws on a big set of those because they're just so much fun to use. So a lot of those colors, you're seeing me use that in this illustration work here. But yeah, just having a ball with gouache lately, man. I don't know what it is. And even in my sketchbook, just playing with just obviously like a flatter application of it, but I'm even trying to be a little bit more painterly with it. Doing some like fun skulls, and just, I'm also breaking a new sketchbook at the same time. So it's like all of these things are colliding together, like new materials that I'm loving to use and a new sketchbook that I'm breaking in. And I'm just kind of doing all the things. After I did the pencil, I moved on to the banana, which I of course I was really in a good groove. Most of this was done in one sitting. I was really loving painting the banana, which you'll see me do in just a minute here. Just layering up color and texture and dots and splotches. And bananas have a lot to them when you really look at them, as far as like adding splotches and different colors. And you can really have a lot of fun layering with watercolor and whatnot. But after having so much fun with the pencil and the banana, I kind of kept turning my page looking at that coffee cup design that I had made, and I was just like, I don't know about this. And I couldn't pin down in my brain what colors I was going to use for it. And originally I thought, you know what, let me keep it simple. I'll just do like regular, like a brown coffee tone in between on the cup, and maybe I'll do a couple of the accents of the cup with like green sort of implying like a Starbucks cup, but not really. But I just was not all that crazy about it. And I think what it was is that having done the banana and the pencil, the upper shape of those objects really are going to peek out very playfully, I feel like, out of a book. Because again, the intention behind these are to be bookmarks. And that's an interesting thing when you're designing for like a specific product, is that you have to think about not only how is the artwork shaping up on the page in the sketchbook, but also how is it going to translate to a final product once it's printed or in its form that it's going to be in. So it's a little bit different than that of saying just designing a sticker, which is usually just more art forward. I can just think about how the artwork's coming together, how it's looking visually. I'm not thinking about how someone's actually interacting with it and putting it in between a book, or how it's sticking out of something, or what have you. So I kept coming back to that coffee cup and just thinking like, I don't know, it's just not playful enough for me. And I think I decided not to move forward with it, which happens. Like, I'm not going to spend my time illustrating something that I'm not super crazy about. So maybe I'll use the sketch as like a warm-up thing. Like one day if I need just some time to warm up, I'll pop back over that and, fill it in just for funsies. Or I think the other thing too I kept thinking of was I should have done a different shape coffee cup, more of like an iced coffee shape with maybe like a straw sticking out of it and sort of like a dome lid. I think could have been a little bit more playful as a bookmark shape versus the traditional like hot coffee cup, because the upper portion of it would have been a lot wider, sort of sticking out of a book. So that's kind of my long-winded explanation of why I abandoned it. But I'm glad I did, because again, I'm not going to spend time working on something that I'm not super crazy about, or just know that the end result is not going to be the same as these were. I have also since gotten these, I scanned them, tweaked them digitally. You'll see the final version of the artwork at the end here, but soon once I get the things, because I did order them, is what I was trying to say, is that I made digital versions of these, got them ordered, and I'm now awaiting for them to arrive. So I'm hoping that the bookmarks, which will be the pencil, this Guts banana, and I also did get the Ouija goat as a bookmark as well. He's going to be a little bit smaller. He's like a mini bookmark. So those are going to be the 3 new bookmarks, hopefully coming to the shop in April is what I'm hoping. Speaking of the shop, I've been really on a kick lately, or on like a goal of just trying to have like a shop drop or a shop update every month. Previously, in years of running my Etsy shop, I would do kind of big updates, maybe like a couple times a year. But I've just been making so much art lately, and I've really been making a lot of illustrations that translate well to cool stickers and what have you. And I haven't fully... I've played around with the idea of doing Patreon stickers, and my patrons know this. Last summer, I actually did a test run of seeing if I could handle, shipping out stickers, like doing like a sticker reward on Patreon. And it was just too much. It was too much. Certainly not at the current tiers that I have set up. I think if I did a sticker tier on Patreon, I would have to make a higher level tier, because the quantity that I was doing at the lower tier levels for me was just too much for me to do. So it's got me just thinking like right now, until I feel like I want to open up a higher tier on Patreon for sticker rewards, I thought, you know what, let me just see first if I can kind of create a monthly sticker in my Etsy shop first, sort of thing. And right now it's just, I'm just putting them up in my shop monthly along with other items like these bookmarks or what have you. I did end up getting this gut banana. I did get this made into a sticker as well. So that's coming soon as well. I have a whole bunch of new stickers and bookmarks, again, hoping for April. I've also played around with the idea of doing like a sticker club on Etsy, kind of it being just like there would be a March sticker or like let's say there'd be an April sticker, and it would be a total mystery. I would get it made. I would list that number in my Etsy shop, but it would be a mystery until you got it. And then maybe at the end of the month, I would reveal what the sticker was. And then if I had any left over, I would just list it in the shop as is. But you know, I'm still trying to figure out the logistics of that, because I like the idea of it just being a sticker club where you could maybe, you know, pick the sticker of the month. Again, it would be a mystery and I would just be able to mail it via snail mail. But I would need to figure out the logistics of that on Etsy, because if people add more things to their order, then I have to ship it and provide tracking. So it would require a lot of fine print, a lot of me being like, only order one at a time. You know, do I really want to deal with all that when I could maybe just open up, again, a bigger Patreon tier that would include a sticker reward? I don't know. But for right now, before I make any other sort of commitments, my thought is let me just try to make something new every month that I'm putting up in my shop. And whether that's, you know, other merchandise like bookmarks, or maybe it is stickers, or maybe I do try to create like a sticker of the month thing, we'll see. But that's just kind of where my brain has been. And again, that's all just coming from, you know, I'm making a lot of art first. You know, everything comes from the artwork. I'm very creatively driven right now, and I'm making a lot of stuff. I'm making a lot of different stuff. The volume of artwork that I'm putting out is high right now, and why not get stuff made into stickers and fun merch when it looks so cool on paper? And selfishly, I want it as that product anyway. Like how amazing are these banana bookmarks going to be? I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get one of these. But anywho, here's a look at the final product. We've got our guts banana, and then we have our bones pencil on the other side. They're really fun, bright pops of color, and I cannot wait to get the actual bookmarks in my paws. I will keep you guys updated, of course. Probably in studio vlogs is usually the best way here on YouTube, or of course over on Instagram. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me put these together. Subscribe if you're new here. Leave a comment. Let me know what bookmark you are most excited to get your paws on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!